What's happening, folks? Alex here on Gerrard Street East, just east of downtown Toronto. And right behind me is the historic Don Jail and the fairly new Bridgepoint Hospital. And here's a little bit of information about the entire site. The Don Jail was built in 1864, and then came a few hospitals that were converted from other buildings. And then the Don Jail closed in 1977, and the Bridgepoint Hospital opened in 2013. So this is where the site stands right now, and there's the Don Jail itself. It's a very historic building, and there's the 62 Mortimer bus, which I just got off. I took it all the way from Main Street Station. I did a ride video. And coming up is Broadview Avenue. It's exactly 2 p.m. on Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. It is 21 degrees Celsius. Another summer-like day, except I'm wearing the long pants because we are bracing ourselves for some rain, although I think it was still a missed opportunity. I should have brought my shorts, but it's not so bad right now. But by the time I get home later, it's probably going to start raining. And look, there's the East Chinatown Arch, which, by the way, most importantly, we are in the Riverdale neighborhood. And, well, this may seem familiar to you. It's because I did a walking video also on the same street. Hey, look, this guy came all the way from beautiful British Columbia. But as I was saying, yeah, right now we're in the Riverdale neighborhood, just east of downtown TO. And as I was about to say, you know, I did a walking video on the same street back in March, but that was in the Leslieville neighborhood, which is not even far. I walked between, was it Jones and Coxwell, I believe. But I haven't filmed down here in a while. I may sound like I'm repeating the same friggin' streets over and over again, but you know, this is an area I haven't really been to in a while. And while we are in Riverdale, this neighborhood is known as East Chinatown, and yes, you can see there's some Chinese businesses up ahead, or rather I should say, what happened was that when Old City Hall, not Old City Hall, but New City Hall was being built in the mid 1960s, it actually replaced the original Chinatown that was there. So most of it was forced to move to Dundas and Spadina, where our main Chinatown is. And then the latter all the way here at Broadview and Gerrard. And that's why it was known as East Chinatown since the early 1970s. So of course, got a lot of these businesses, shops, probably most likely owned by Chinese immigrants that have settled here. So I guess we'll see what this area is like on a Tuesday early afternoon before rush hour. This might have been my third time making a video through here. I know one of the first times I walked through here was way back in some of my beginnings, way back in 2021. And I can't remember when last I came here. But this is a pretty underrated part of town here, because I mean, after all, this is the other Chinatown that not often people visit, let alone tours themselves. I found the vintage Dover elevator in this building 2 years ago. It's Vietnamese and Thai restaurants. Of course, this is the only freaking idea I had in mind. I was gonna go to Pickering, but I'm gonna wait till Thursday. Because, you know, I thought today was gonna be a shitty day, but sun's still out right now. And like I said, it could start raining by, let's say, I don't know, 4:30, 5 p.m. But either way, it's not even bad right now. It's quite nice, actually. Yesterday, I hung out with Liam, Sapan, Yoshi, and a brand new YouTube vlogger, Kyle Walker. This was the third time I met him. He was his birthday was on Sunday. Again, it was great hanging out with him. He's a nice, cool dude in his mid-30s, around 35, I think. We went to Jollibee for the very first time, at least for me. It was pretty good. I filmed a video with them. We walked down to Union Station. I wanted to get a one of the new Oreo mocha ice cap from the Timmy's, but I think it might have been the longest wait I've ever endured. Literally took over 10 minutes for that. 10 minutes. And that was at the Tim Hortons at the York Concourse at Union Station. I was very disappointed. But I think it was still worth the wait. Because it did taste good after all, so that's the only thing that matters to me is how good it is. But I think I'm going to go with Vasily's favorite, the Starbucks, if there's even one up ahead. And to think of it, I got to ask him, what's his favorite drink to get from Starbucks? Because I know he goes there every day. He's the Starbucks expert, so. And same thing with Henry. And now all here is very quiet. It's like nobody here. It's not even, it's not even busy. Not like the main Chinatown at freaking Dundas and Spadina. But East Chinatown is underrated here. Not a lot of businesses are highlighted here. Not even the tourists come here. But again, it's right next to downtown. All you gotta do is just take the 506 Carlton streetcar, which is coming right now, or you can take the Bloor Danforth subway to Broadview. Then you can take the streetcar or bus down here. It's not even far at all. And then many years from now, we got a new light metro line coming, the Ontario line. There's going to be a station up ahead. So my goal is to walk to likely Jones Avenue. I'm going to pop into Gerrard Square. I'm not sure what else I'll film. Oh, there's a GO train going by. That's on the Lakeshore East Line, or Stouffville, I think. So we're going to see a couple of trains, and there's also a pretty cool pedestrian bridge with a view of the skyline, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to access it because of all the construction they're doing. In fact, they recently demolished a huge plaza, now torn down to friggin' rubble. Because of the Ontario line, they're building the Gerrard station, and of course, transit-oriented developments, and of course, people have had their concerns because, you know, it's part of their lifestyle. You know, they go shopping around here. They live, play, and work here. So obviously, the Ontario line construction has really affected the residences here, and especially the homes north of here. They've all had to be taken over by Metrolinx. People are forced to move out because, you know, it hurts for them because, you know, they've lived in this neighborhood for probably decades and decades, and like, where the hell are they gonna find a new spot to live? So essentially Metrolinx is just evicting them, essentially. Like, that's what I think. So a huge concern for them as well. Don't get me wrong, as much as I support rapid transit being built in the city, and especially, you know, we do need more, because it's nothing compared to other cities like New York, Los Angeles. I can't think of a few, but there's many. But unfortunately, gentrification, so much factors come into play. I know Sally from Once Upon a City. She's very familiar with the East End. I remember she did like a video talking about all the homes are being destroyed by Metrolinx and businesses, stuff like that. Hey, here's Logan Avenue. I filmed a walking video on this street also 2 years ago. And here comes another GO train. Going at a slower speed because of the Ontario line construction. And that too, because, you know, I was coming back here from Oshawa, and the train was going at a slower speed, and I did see all the construction because the tracks are going to run alongside the rail corridor for a few stations from, I think, Gerrard all the way to like East Harbor, which is also not far from here. So they're doing a lot of work. They've been realigning. I don't know if it's the tracks. They've been shifting over a few things so they can all fit. But that's just what Metrolinx wants to do. I saw a big rendering online of what the station will look like. As much as I'm very excited, you know how you can't trust the provincial government. Their lack of freaking transparency just really pisses me off. It's not nice. But they have to learn from their mistakes in the past, especially, right? The Eglinton line, Finch West line, and so forth. And you see some construction workers up ahead. Yeah, I'm feeling more like a Starbucks drink. It is summer, so I really want to get sun. Also, this weekend's a long weekend. Victoria Day, of course. And also, by the way, for those of you that remember seeing my cousin Emily and her friend from England, Mia, well, she's coming back to Canada 6 days from now. I think she'll be here for 2 months. I mean, she was here last year from May to July, I think. Again, I gotta ask Emily, but you're gonna see her in a few videos soon, I hope. Yeah, so here we are. There's the construction here. They're very hard at work. And over here is the real jerk. And that's where Drake, our very own Drake, and Rihanna shot the music video for their hit single Work back in 2016. I was 12 years old when that song came out, and I remember it like it was a huge vibe. And even as a kid growing up, I thought that Drake and Rihanna were dating. They might have. But again, this is way back in 2016. It's right here. And look at this. There's the plaza torn down to rubble. There used to be a No Frills here. This is the Riverdale Shopping Center. And much of Carlaw is industrial. A lot of commercial buildings. In fact, there's a vintage elevator I want to check out. So I'll come back down here maybe the next 30, 45 minutes. I think we might be in Leslieville now. And at Pape Avenue, I'm going to cross to the other side. Oh, I just missed another train. Oh, that's a Via train. Never mind. Probably came from Ottawa or Montreal. Yeah, you're right. I think I should have wore some shorts again like I did yesterday. And tomorrow, Game 5. Toronto Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers with the series tied at 2. Oh boy, I am so nervous, but me, Richard, Liam, and maybe I gotta ask Liam if he's gonna bring one more person. We're gonna go down to Rendezvous. I haven't been in 2 weeks since Game 5 of Round 1 against Ottawa. So really hoping for a better result tomorrow night with our season potentially on the line. And I don't think one of my favorite songs from the year I was born to give me a strike here. Because when Yoshi was doing his live stream, Britney Spears dinged him, so because of the music that was playing in the background of the Jollibee. I could just dance to that song every day and night, but you can't let that destroy the monetization. So now we're gonna cross here. There's a McDonald's. And here is Gerrard Square, which is a small neighborhood shopping mall. I've only been here a few times actually. And out there is the pedestrian bridge. There's a good view of the train tracks, skyline, and then you'll be up in more of Riverdale. So I've walked through there many times. Hey, look, Maple Leaf Tavern. Is that some sort of bar or something? I've done a walking video up here before, but you know, with all the construction, I don't see myself doing that because, you know, got to be detouring and all that stuff. I'll pop in here after. We got a Tim's on the left, but I'm feeling more like Starbucks. I guess we'll see. There's Majory Street. And up ahead will be Jones. And that's where I started my last walking video on Gerrard. Hey, look, there's a 2-for-1 pizza. And a Little Caesars. 2 for $15, walk-in only. Wow, interesting. I really want to try Pizzaville next. All right. So, we're gonna be at the end pretty soon. And I'll just walk back to the mall. See whatever ideas I can think of. In fact, I'll probably just search for the nearest Starbucks after this video. This might have been a theater of some sorts. I don't know. A long time ago. Oh, look, there's the old Pizza. Still has its facade and decor. Probably closed like 6 years ago. And here we are, Jones Avenue. I'm gonna wrap up this video right now and walk back this way and check out the mall. Hopefully I'll come across a Starbucks pretty soon, but oh, I see something up ahead. Looks like a cop car responding. Oh. Wow. What would I end the video here? Oh, now Justin Timberlake is playing, so I gotta move back here. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos. Check out my others as well, even though they probably feature the same streets over and over again. But what the hell can I do? I'm a I'm pretty much the king of repetitiveness in Toronto. I don't give a shit. But anyway, elbows up, Goal Leafs go tomorrow night. I don't know what videos I'll make tomorrow, but we're gonna be there very early because it'll be so packed. But yeah, anyway guys, I gotta cool off. Take care, adios, and bye-bye.